Man, the closest I heard of a guy recently that had did four, and I can't even remember what genre, what style of music it was, but he did four, and somebody sent that information to me. I don't remember his name or anything, but nothing close to that. Nothing close to that in rap, R&B, rock and roll, whatever, or even the independents, undergrounds. Because one thing I do know, I know that artists on a major label probably wouldn't be able to do that if they wanted to. Just the way the majors are set up, they're not going to release that much music on artists at one time because they want to milk an album, a particular album.
Right.
So, but even in the underground, I'm yet to see it or hear about it. So, I think I'm swimming in uncharted waters right now.
Yeah. I mean,
why 7 albums though? That's what I want to know. Like, why 7?
Well, I'm not a believer in coincidence, but what did happen was that in the beginning, the original idea was 100 songs. It wasn't based around a number of albums. I was like, man, I'm gonna do 100 songs. I'm gonna drop them on iTunes or wherever. And but then I started thinking about the breakdown in terms of saying, okay, how many albums would that be if it was 100 songs? I put maybe 14 on each album. That's how the number 7 came up. Which and then Muhammad was like, man, 7, that's the number of God, man, that's right on. So it's like, yeah, so I don't think that was a coincidence that the 7 came up, but I just fell back off of the 100 because once I started writing, I was like, man, I ain't writing 100 songs. So I broke it down to 12 on each one, and so we got like 84 songs altogether.
Wow. That is amazing. Now, I saw a post, a Facebook post you made.
I'm about to say, yeah,
you a
motherfucker, boy.
And you said, I think you said that some of the effects of, if I put out a box set, would you support it? Is this what you were talking about? This was like a year ago or so. Or
no,
maybe 6 months.
Actually, that wasn't even the idea. The box set post that I put up, I was just talking about like a best of my old stuff.
Okay.
And mixed in with some new stuff in there. But at that time, I still plan on doing that. But at the end of the day, it wasn't based around this idea, even though I did come up with this idea maybe around, it popped in my head for a second over a year ago, but I dismissed it real quick. The only difference is this go around is that when it came back into my head, I acted on it. I didn't cast it to the side like I did the first time.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. The homie Brandon, we're gonna bring him on here in a minute. He's talking about E40 released 4 albums on one day. Now you're going 3 albums above that. E40 is a workaholic, as we know as well. He's got a huge catalog of music. But 7 albums on one day, that's like your average rapper entire discography on one day, man. How did you pull this off?
That's funny that whoever sent that to say E40, that makes perfect sense because I could totally picture E40 doing that. That's like you say, he's that kind of artist, man, a prolific artist like that. But I mean, really, man, now that I'm on the tail end, now that I'm on the other side of the work, man, I really don't know how I did it myself, man. I just thank God for the will and the motivation and the concepts and the patience. Those are all of the elements that was required to do it, man, because it was just a bunch of nights where I was just like, man, why did I even start doing this, But that's what it was, man, and I'm more thankful for the concepts because, the hardest part of songwriting is not writing the song itself, it's coming up with the concept of what you're going to write about. So just the fact with the social climate that we're in and all of the different things that's going on in the world, that kind of added a lot of, motivation of things to talk about mixed in with the normal things I do with lyricism and storytelling. So the framework was in place. I just had to fill in the gaps.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Because I was just about to say that, like, you pretty much answered what I was going to ask you. It's like, because you got so much material out there, like, does it ever come a time where you almost run out of content? But with the social and the stuff that's going on today, it's like it's everlasting amounts of information and stuff that you. So it's almost like as you get older, it's almost better. Like you're one of the great storytellers of our time. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I look at it.
I appreciate it. Now, I mean, you don't run out of stuff to talk about as long as you stay tuned in to your surroundings and what's going on in the world. If you kind of block that out and just kind of don't pay much attention to it, then you'll find yourself in a place where you feel like there's nothing left to talk about. But if you feeding information into your mind, whether you reading, whether you watching TV, which like, oh man, TV is BS. It depends on what you're watching. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, things evolve. On this project, you're gonna hear me talk about a lot of the same stuff, but just in different ways. And I'm talking about, the social, political, conscious type of stuff. You'll hear me speak on police brutality in several different ways. You'll hear me speak about the government in several different ways. There'll be different songs that cover that under that umbrella, but I'm touching on other aspects of it. So it just depends on how you open your mind up and approach it when you're sitting down to write.